Okay, so we have now cleared pretty much the entirety of the WRC challenge mode, and we have also cleared both the normal championship as well as the professional championship. And there are now a couple more things I need to showcase before I can officially close this game off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the bonus stages that we get. So in the extras we have an option to view our replays. This of course is how I have been able to get my replay shots, if you're asking. We can also view our high scores. Of course I'm not going to do that. And we also get movies as well. Obviously they're technically cutscenes to each of the movies that we got during the championship mode. We also get bonus stages, secrets, and last but not least, the credits. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to showcase the bonus stages. However, as you can see there, the top bonus stage we have is, well, it's locked. So basically what we need to do is we need to insert a cheat code, and that's by heading to secrets here. And basically the code we need to put in order to unlock all of the bonus stages, the code we need to put in is called Gimme Bonus. I did also take a few days off before recording this because, well, technically I was dealing with the typical winter cold, and I figured, well, it was easier for me to just give myself a few days before returning to this. So the code we put in is called Gimme Bonus, and as I press OK, you will notice there that we have activated the secret code. All bonus stages unlocked. So that basically unlocks all of the bonus stages, and ultimately each of these are unlocked by winning a certain amount of professional rallies, where basically if you win a certain number of rallies in the Pro Championship, you will basically unlock these stages in the process. Now, obviously you wouldn't be expecting me to do the Great Britain rally again on the professional difficulty because, well, personally that would be just a pain in my ass to win, and because I've already had enough pains in my ass to deal with up to this point, I'm obviously not going to do that again. But ultimately the top one, Cole Roig, that is one from winning Rally Great Britain. Then we have Las Bajadas, which is one unlocked from us winning Rally Monte Carlo. And we also get Lagueia Calabasas, which is one from us winning Rally Catalunya, which is basically the Rally of Spain. Stromy Inohori, is that how it's pronounced? That is unlocked from winning the Acropolis Rally. And we also have Bastila, which is one from us beating Rally New Zealand. And our final bonus stage is unlocked from winning Rally Australia. Now, it's a little bit confusing because, well, I would expect these to be in alphabetical order in terms of the stages we won, but Unfortunately, that's not quite the case because, well, the top bonus stages won from us beating the last rally rather than the first rally. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it's a little bit confusing. Anyway, excuse me for a moment. So, yeah, I should also mention that I am still technically recovering from my cold, but it still hasn't quite translated to my throat yet, but you know what, I just decided fuck it, I'm gonna get on with this now. So this is our first one, it's the bonus stage for Spain, and what we also get is an option to select whichever car we want. Now obviously I'm not going to use the Citroen Zara or the Hyundai Accent because, well, I've technically used both of those. And as for the Evo, well, I've already used that as well, so that doesn't really matter. So, I think for our first stage, let's use the Subaru. And in terms of who we are going to play as for this stage, well, I want to play as Richard Burns, so let's do that. And as for the stage setup, well, I think I'm going to leave everything as it is. Okay, let's go. Also, if you're asking about the cheat codes, well, I'll show those off afterwards.
2, 1, go.
Oh yeah, I should also mention that is, for want of a better phrase, the voice of Richard Burns' co-driver. I think his name is Robert Reed if I'm not mistaken. But either way, we are here on the asphalt mountain roads of Spain. And where hopefully, if it's possible, I can manage to get through these stages without too many problems. And already I am 2 seconds back. Well, I shouldn't be too surprised, considering how easy it is to get behind with the previously set stage times. But then again, I am known of course for mounting comebacks during the stages, and that pretty much proves my point. Even though I did have to kind of slam the wall to get it done, but either way, I was able to emphasize a point. And yes, I will make sure to give a showcase to each of the remaining cars that I have not used up to this point of the game. How did I not hit that guardrail? Well, anyway. I think it's fair to say that we're actually not doing too badly right now. Even though I do feel like we could be doing just a little bit better, considering what I've been through for the last few days, with me very much having the seasonal cold and cough. I'm honestly just happy to be here. And to actually just say to myself, the sooner you get this done, the sooner you can focus on your 2025 plans. Because I am recording this on a Friday night in late December, and I also just noticed a few rocks there. as I'm going around this sweeping right-hander. Dropped a little bit of speed there, but should be okay. And I set a 309.9. So, in spite of me being 2.5 seconds down virtually in the first sector split, I basically pulled it back again with all the other sector splits, and I basically just gained time from there, so that was actually pretty good. In fact, I think it was so good I might actually consider saving this replay. Well, gonna put in my channel initials because why not? And yes, we can save the replay. That, to me, is great. Yeah. Yeah, my voice is still not holding up to where it's supposed to be, but either way, I think I'll either be better by tomorrow, or I'll certainly be better by Sunday, depending on how much longer the cough decides to last for. But again, it's the typical season-changing cold. So that was our first stage in the bonus category. Now we will move on to Las Bajadas, which, as you might have guessed, is in Argentina. And now, I think what I'm going to use next is, let's use the Peugeot, since I figured why not. And wait, is Richard Burns' co-driver Robert Reed? Yeah, it is. Okay. I think for this one, I'm gonna choose... yeah, let's choose Harry Rovanpera for this one. I'm not gonna change anything with the setup either, because I don't feel like I need to. And oh boy, it's a wet stage.
3, 2,
so this is going to be interesting.
go! 100 left 3. 50, very long, right 3.
Also, one other thing I really like about this game is knowing about the different rev counter styles that you get with each of these cars.
100, very long, right 3.
As in, basically, the rev counters differentiate with whatever car it is you're using. I thought that was actually a pretty neat little detail for them to include. And personally, I think I can respect that, because I think the rev counter designs, depending on which car it is you use, I think they're actually pretty cool because they're unique. And also because, well, I like them. So, you know, there is that. And that's a wall. But anyway, let's see how we do on the mountain. Okay. And I can definitely say we're getting dirty here, in spite of all the rain. But then again, that's pretty commonplace when you're racing on gravel, which is also very much dirt. But anyway, that was bonus stage 2. Let's now move on to bonus stage 3. And I gained 6.9 seconds in the end. Nice. That actually felt pretty good altogether. Anyway, that was our second bonus stage, so let's now move on to bonus stage 3, which is Lagaya Calabasas. I think this is... oh, it's Cyprus. I was thinking to myself it might be Greece, but it reveals to me that it's Cyprus. So far we've done the bonus stage for Spain, we've done the bonus stage for Argentina, and now we are doing the bonus stage for Cyprus. And you know what? Let's use... yeah, let's use the Skoda for this one. And I will be Armin Schwartz, the Belgian, with his co-driver Manfred Heimer. I do apologise if you
3, 2,
if you heard
1,
that.
go! 50, left 1.
Yeah, I do have apologies if you heard that, but oh, fuck me. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna restart this. Yeah, I do apologise if you heard that little clatter in the background. It was basically me, more or less, sipping a cup of juice with ice in it. And because of how atrocious my previous attempt to the stage was, I just decided it was much easier for me to simply restart it. I also really like this tachometer that's on the Skoda. I think that's actually really cool, personally. I can always give points to unique dashboard designs, and I think it's fair to say that Skoda definitely does the dashboard designs rather well. Damn it. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. Can we at least manage to stay on the road without putting the rest of the car into the fence? I would really like it right now if we could actually get this car to go to the end of this stage with time gained. Okay, so we're doing good so far. We are managing to gain some time here. And what's our time going to be? A 1:59.2. As we gained nearly 17 seconds on the best overall time. Not bad. Not bad. And as ever, putting in my channel initials. Of course, including the number, as you might have guessed. And now, let's get on with bonus stage 4. Stromy Inohori. I hope I said that right. And it is the bonus stage for Greece. Well, we've pretty much driven every car in the game except for the Ford Focus. Excuse me, I just had a drink of juice. So, I think that's what we're going to use. We are going to use Colin McRae's Ford Focus for the bonus stage of the Acropolis Rally. So here we are then for the bonus stage in Greece, and where I am now driving Colin McRae's Ford Focus. And I'm also pretty sure there was actually one guy who did do a full playthrough on the PC version of this game, where he basically did the Pro Championship driving as Colin McRae, but of course, due to the Colin McRae Rally series that was also quite popular at the time, with its first two installments coming in both 98 and 2000, and with there also being another release with Colin McRae Rally 3 coming out in 2002, it's fair to say that while Evolution did have the licensing rights to most things in the WRC, obviously Colin McRae's name was not one of those, and that's why they called him Ford Driver instead. But to anyone who knows the stats, well, you obviously would have guessed, of course, that the driver is technically Colin McRae. I mean, just look at this iconic Ford Focus, man. It really is just a cult icon in and of itself, if you love your Fords, as we Brits often do. We'll very much fall in love, or at the very least we'll definitely drive at least one Ford in our lifetime, because it's pretty much been a part of British culture now for well over a century. And I can also guarantee that, especially in the early 2000s, there were probably plenty of Ford drivers who were no doubt owners of the Ford Focus. Whether they were owners of the hatchback, hot hatch, or quite simply the wagon and or estate version of the Ford Focus, I can certainly guarantee there were plenty of people who owned the Ford Focus because of Colin McRae. Ironically, under similar circumstances to how they technically owned the Ford Escort as well, I might add. But anyway, that was Stromy Inohori, and getting the hell out of there right before the copyright bots catch me for using what's likely copyrighted audio, but either way, that's now 4 stages down, and we still have another 2 to go. As our next one is Vastila, which is the bonus stage in Finland. And oh boy, it's another wet stage. But you know what? I think I'll be okay with that. And I think because there's one more car I have to showcase here, you'll notice that the Ford Focus has not one paint scheme, but 2 paint schemes. Because the other paint scheme, so the primary paint scheme is, of course, if you choose to play as either Colin McRae or Carlos Sainz, but if you choose to play as the third driver, Francois Delacour, you'll notice that you get a different livery compared to the other 2, and that's why I'm going to play as Francois. Because the livery is different, and because it will also show that I have showcased every single car in this game, for which I believe there is 8, if you include this bonus paint scheme.
3, 2, 1, go!
So this is the bonus paint scheme we get for the WRC Ford Focus. But again, as I said before, I can guarantee you that there were definitely plenty of people in the UK at the time who were no doubt owners of the Ford Focus because of Colin McRae. I can honestly guarantee you there were at least one or two people who basically bought the Ford Focus because Colin was ironically the driver of the Ford Focus from about 1999 up until I think it was the end of 2002 when he drove for Ford. I know prior to that he drove for Subaru, and then I think after his Ford tenure he also did a few part-time gigs with Citroën, if I'm not mistaken. At least I believe that was how his WRC career went. Of course, Citroën, by the time we got to 2002, they emerged as a serious contender in the WRC. And then by 2003, Citroën were not only competing for the Drivers' Championship, but for the Constructors' Championship honours as well. And ironically, the only manufacturer to really beat Citroën during their decade of domination was, coincidentally, Ford, as I think they won the Constructors' Championship in both 2006 and 2007. And I think that was over it was either a 10-year span or an 11-year span. But either way, Citroën won the manufacturer's title 9 times from about 2003 up until I think it was 2013, if I'm not mistaken. Unless it was 2012. I could be wrong, but I know it was somewhere by the later part of the early 2010s when Citroën's domination stopped. And I think it was Volkswagen that took over for a brief time when Seb Ogier became the new dominator. I can definitely say the French have a habit of dominating the WRC. Although in recent years, of course, well, the World Rally Championship has been a bit more parity based on who their champions are. And I think it's fair to say that there has definitely been more parity in terms of the drivers' champions. And I think that's probably the main reason why some people are actually starting to get back into watching the World Rally Championship again. I'd say that's probably the main reason, because of the parity in the Drivers' Championship winners, I guess you could say. And this is on points. This does not require any playoffs or cut-off points. It's all decided on points and consistency. I can assure you, no one is pulling the strings to make the parity happen. The parity is just happening on merit. It really is. And that's kind of the way the World Rally Championship has been now for the last few years. At least since, 2021? When Seb Ogier won what's currently his most recent title. But anyway, enough of that. Also, in case if I didn't mention it before, shout out to Thierry Neuville for finally winning the 2024 World Rally Championship after finishing runner-up 5 times. I figured I'd just mention that. And you know what? I think just to send this off, I think I'm going to use the Hyundai as our bonus stage as our final bonus stage takes place in San Remo. And you know what? I think just as a tribute to Hyundai winning the 2024 Drivers' Championship, we're gonna do this. And let's play as Sure, let's play as Kenneth Erickson. Because why not? And wouldn't you know it, our final bonus stage also happens to be a night stage.
200, right 4.
Well, personally, I'm not too surprised. But, nonetheless, this is what we get.
50, right 4.
Because we can.
50.
I might also have to turn off the music in the next segment, just because I know that one of the cheat codes involves me using the replay mode, and well, there is a reason why I've tried my best to move past the replay mode as quickly as I can, because, well, there is copyrighted audio involved, and also because, well, personally, it's always better to have the copyrighted audio muted, so then the bots don't have to come after you and basically just, well, pester you, if you will. I like this night stage because you can actually see where the road is, and because you basically feel like you have control of your own destiny. I'm also pretty sure that Hyundai has recently managed to win a few Constructors' Championships as well, outside of Toyota, who, as you might have guessed, have very much been the benchmark team in terms of who the best manufacturer is points-wise. But I'm pretty sure that Hyundai has won the championship a few times as a manufacturer, if I'm not mistaken. I couldn't tell you what years they've won it, but I know they have done it a few times. And I finish with a 2:11.9 in the end. So 9.1 seconds clear of the best overall time. And where I basically lost time in those last two sector splits. Oh well, let's move on. Alright, so 37 minutes of recording later, and we have now showcased all 6 of the bonus stages. And now, there's only one more thing we need to do, and that is to showcase the cheat codes, for which we have a fair share of cheat codes to showcase, and that's what we'll be doing next time for the finale of WRC 01. So, next time in the finale of WRC 2001 for the PlayStation 2. Secret codes.